peaceful world. Here's another update from Ukraine from a perspective of never citizen, a young mom, your precious fur baby, it's over there, and our pets. And this is the third time I'm trying to make this video, which is unlike me. Usually I just shoot it, and I'm done with it. But currently I'm so honestly tired, overstimulated by the events in my personal life and in the life of my country that I'm just losing all trains of thoughts. The railway is empty. And it's likely to be a very, very vague video, I guess. But I'll try to, say at least something. Uh, we're all clear. Me is sleeping. I will try to share at least something. So, the day before yesterday, Ukraine was attacked yet again. Uh, there were a couple of things which made that attack unusual and kind of worse than all the previous one we've had over the last year, almost a year. So we were in Kiev. As always, we were working with Meaw when we heard the explosions, and since there was no air raid alert, we tried to think positively, you know, thinking, well, it must have been some training or maybe some, emergency, some accident happened. Those were not rockets. Nah. But then, like 2 minutes after the explosions, we did receive the alert, and that was frightening because I don't know. It's such a weird reality in general. When you hear an explosion and you just need to have a confirmation on your phone that, oh, it was a rocket, it wasn't a rocket. And someone, oh, it was just a rocket. Oh, it wasn't a rocket. Like, and, clarity. I'm a human, I need clarity. I want to know what almost killed us. So we did receive that confirmation that it was indeed a rocket. Post factum, that was unusual because in general we always get these alerts before the explosions, and we can even get very, very precise times like Kiev is going to be attacked within 2 minutes, something like that. The rockets were sent from that sea and they will reach Kiev in 1 hour. So usually we get quite accurate information, and that thing was strange, and scary again, on a new level, on a different level. Later, it was explained why we didn't receive the notifications. That's because this kind of rockets was sent from Belarus, and it was the first time of this kind of rocket sent to us from our dear neighbors, and it takes them just 2 minutes to reach Kiev. So, there is simply no time. And now I wonder how often they will do that. Like, are you guys likely to hear this or see these rockets right now? It adds some anxiety to this existing reality of anxiety. But what can we do? One more problem. But that still was like nothing compared to the tragedy in Dnipro city. I believe you have seen those photos and videos of a residential building uh, where just one entrance collapsed. It was completely destroyed. Many people died. Many were wounded. Thousands, hundreds of people left without their homes. And like here in Ukraine, we now have this habit to contact the people living in different areas which were attacked. And I have a student who lives in Dnipro, so I immediately messaged him, asking him how he was, whether he was alive and well. And he said, yeah, but this rocket fell on the building next to ours. So he saw it. He was in the middle of it. A very, very direct witness. And like knowing that he was alive and well, and he was just very close to the place of this tragedy, made me speechless, really. And I think he was the first who wrote, "Good luck, stay strong." And I said, "Yeah, likewise." it's terrifying, and it always hurts even more when you know that it's someone close to you who is affected, even if it's, not exactly a victim. He was just a witness. And what made it even more powerful of an experience is the fact that his birthday was the following day, following the tragedy. So I believe it was quite a, you know, existential day this year. One of the saddest and the deepest and wisest moments in his life. In general, I like Alexei, who is for some reason called Victor in my contacts in my phone. I don't know how that happened, but Alexei is a great guy, really. Over the last month of this war, we've had many, many conversations, weird conversations, really, about the positive aspects of the war, how it has changed us, how it has opened up some new horizons, how it has shown us what really matters, and like he is the kind of a guy with whom you can be devastated yet not broken. You know, like we share that, and we try to um, see what's in the in the depth of this horror that can be useful. And we've had many great philosophical conversations like that. And I think we'll have one more after this day. I'm sure he was helping the victims because he is not indifferent to the war. He is not serving in the army, but he helps a lot as a volunteer. He has visited Bakhmut and other regions in Donetsk. So I'm sure he was there. And I'm just very sorry to know that someone I know was so close to being killed by fucking Russians. You would understand that. I just, I think, the photo of that house will forever be this image of horror in my memory. It even brings tears to my eyes now. Because it's unbearable. And the war has been on for a long time. And, it's getting harder. But okay. I was speaking about the positive aspects, right? So, yeah, let's move on to the next topic. The topic of our family. Yeah, honey, can mama talk still? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So, as for our family, you know that my pets needed some medical attention. So, where do we stand now? Charlie had his 10 teeth removed. He was recovering quite well. Everything was cool. Until he started showing some discomfort in his mouth again. And he also got that disgusting smell from his muzzle, even though it disappeared for a few days. So our best guess is that he picked something up on the street, which he can do as well, rendering all of our efforts to treat him virtually useless and pointless. And now something must be stuck in his gum again. So I need to go to the surgeon this Wednesday. Today is Monday. I shared this new problem with Charles, with the surgeon, and yeah, he just sighed. He just sighed, but he already knows Charlie well enough not to be surprised, or disappointed. No, it's just Charlie. Some shit always happens to him, or he has some shit happen to him. That's what he does. So that's Charlie. The ladies. Molly had that follicle thing, kind of like pimples with plus an ear infection plus. She had a benign growth on her armpit right here at the top of her paw. It was tested by the dermatologist twice to confirm that it was indeed benign. I am paranoid about all kinds of wart-looking things on my pets because Charlie once had mastocystoma, which is cancerous, and it was removed his spine. That happened 4 years ago, so it was a successful surgery. But like whenever I see any wart in my animal, I always have it tested. I can do it every year. We did that, and the recommendation was not to touch it as long as it doesn't bother the animal. And it started bothering the animal for some inexplicable reason, and she started just chewing that wart, and it was like, I don't know, the size of a beet, and it became the size of a big bean, all inflamed with a hematoma, and it was looking bloody. It was appalling, really. And I had an emergency visit to the vet, and he scheduled her surgery the same day, the same time with my cat, who needed to have a few teeth removed and also one wart removed because, just I don't want to see it. It's just a source of trouble. So last Thursday, the ladies went under anesthesia, which they survived. And all the warts were removed. Meow's 3 teeth were also pulled out. And yeah, they are recovering well. For now, I do not see any signs of them suffering or developing any kind of secondary complications, which I'm very happy about. I have to drink it, it's almost cold. I really like my coffee cold. I also like a life without sick pets anymore, but life sucks sometimes. So the ladies are fine. Actually, before coming to this park, I was at the vet yet again with Meow and with Meaw. Our scheme. My husband brings the pets by car to the vet. I come there with a stroller. I give him Meaw. He gives me the pets. I go and have an appointment, and then we can change back. It's a working system. That's nice. So yeah, but honestly, I'm very tired from all of this. You know, plus, we had a falling out with Jman, with my husband. I don't want to go into detail, but let's say he expressed a complaint about being unable to get something in his life now that we have a baby. And this is my advice to most men, not to any man, because there are many men who are assholes. And I have nothing to say to them. But even if you are a fantastic, perfect father and husband, as my husband is, um, like, don't complain to your wife. Just don't. Of course your life is different. Of course you can get everything that you want, everything that you used to, everything that you are used to doing. No. Once you get a child, everything changes. But for your wife, most likely, it is still, and I want to make these comparisons, but it is at least as hard, and she is not the person who should comfort you and take care of you. She has a baby. And this is unfair for a couple of reasons. Number one, uh, how much our bodies go through is something guys will never feel or understand. And a baby is attached to me 24/7, and the hours when Meaw is with him, which he feels like he's helping me a lot, and this is true because he spends all the time with me. He walks with her, he plays with her, and so on. But those moments, I do not play video games. I do not drink at a bar. I do not watch TV. Those moments, I take a shower, or I clean my flat, or I cook. How much of a distraction is that? Well, it is a distraction, and I do enjoy all of those activities, but I never have a moment when I can just relax and have fun. Never. That ended, and that's fucking hard. Especially because the main advice for pregnant ladies is to enjoy your pregnancy and be happy and alleviate stress in your life. I was pregnant, fucking bored. And then when you breastfeed, the main advice is alleviate stress in your life and enjoy your motherhood. It is a war. I have almost dying animals, old animals who keep getting sick. I'm in a new position for me as a person when I'm completely dependent on someone. Yes, this somebody is my amazing husband, but still, I have zero freedom of movement, I always need to rely on somebody. I have I have not had a normal night since May because I couldn't sleep well during my pregnancy. Now I have a baby, who also wants to eat every 2 hours. So, like, just not in the mood for complaints from my husband. I think we're cool now. I'm very happy because I love him, and even when we argue, I still love him, and I just look forward to the moment when we make up. And I know that it's just nothing, and really the argument was also not the core of the problem. Really, all of us have a lot of tension, a lot of pressure, and the arguments are always not about the core thing. They're about something that is safe to touch, you know. But of course, the real concerns are much deeper and scarier. The fear of death, the fear of poverty, the fear of I don't know, not being able to provide a normal future for our daughter who we love. She's amazing. How's Mia? By the way, Mia is fantastic. Even though she is in the middle of her sleep regression, and it's her fourth month, fifth month actually, and they say this is one of the worst periods for the baby. Mia is still a perfect child. Yes, her sleep pattern has changed. Um, it is nothing awful. It is nothing we cannot do. She is learning to laugh. It is adorable. Once she masters it, I will show you. She can turn on certain surfaces and wearing certain clothes. That is awesome. And she is our very understanding companion on all of these trips to the vet or other things. Like I love her. She's amazing. She's perfect. She's my I don't know piece of joy. I think if I didn't have her, this worrisome times, I would already be an alcoholic again. I used to be one. Well, they say there are no ex-alcoholics. So I'm in remission, but I would not be in it without Mia. The war, the pets, you know. But now she's our everything, and she makes everything worthwhile. So yeah, I believe it was a strange, depressing, confusing video. I hope to make something more positive later. I've had so many cool ideas, really, because I miss communication. I didn't work last week. I understood how much I bothered Joanne with all of my pet needs, and I didn't want to add my work schedule, to his schedule. So I haven't talked to anyone for a very long time, and this is hard for any mother, feeling isolated away from normal life. Life of a mother is also normal. It's just different and sometimes lonely and yeah. So I miss communication, and I like talking. I'm afraid to forget English, and that's why I enjoy making these videos, which probably I need more than anyone else. And so I had so many ideas about Charlie to show you the cool presents I got for this New Year's, before New Year's. I don't know. Tell you some funny stories. But then, I've been super busy, literally. We had those vet appointments almost every day last week and earlier. So, anyways, that's it. That's it. Sorry for being maybe a bit unclear, negative, kind of. But that's the real situation right now. And once again, I hope to share something funnier and brighter and next time. For now, I'll wrap it up. I hope all of you have a nice, peaceful day full of good moments. I'll get back to you later. Bye.